What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now today, we're going to be checking out some Battlefield 4 gameplay, because today's video is going to be specifically about what makes Battlefield 4 so amazing. Now personally, for me, I'm not going to be discussing the campaign or anything of that sort. No, mods or Easter eggs or anything. I just want to strictly talk about the multiplayer experience, and why I think that Battlefield 4 is probably one of the most top-tier Battlefield games to ever be designed. I was never really too big of a campaign guy when it comes to Battlefield games. It never really hits home with me. Call of Duty, I know it might be a little biased because I always played Call of Duty in the past more than Battlefield, but Call of Duty, for me personally, has a much better campaign going on for it. I mean, some people do enjoy the war stories that they introduced with Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 1. I like that too, but to be honest, I prefer a start-to-finish type campaign, not multiple different segments of a campaign. And Battlefield just doesn't really produce it that amazingly. Now, again, I know some people are going to say that the campaign is amazing. That's your opinion. I'm not going to bash you for it. If you think the campaign's amazing, that's fantastic for you. I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. But for me, the best part about Battlefield 4 was the multiplayer side, and I'm going to go over each and every reason why. Now, the funny thing about Battlefield 4 is that it released in a completely awful state, just like pretty much every single Battlefield game does nowadays. It always starts out buggy, and I completely understand. For a game that's so massive, so big, there's so many things that you can do in a single game. It's not really condensed and very simplified like Call of Duty. I mean, the whole world is at your disposal. You can destroy whatever you want. You can go wherever you want. There's multiple vehicles that can take you wherever you want. It's a lot of fun in Battlefield, but with a lot of fun comes a lot of problems. But over time, this game was continuously polished and made one of the best FPS games ever made. And honestly, in my personal opinion, Battlefield 4 was way ahead of its time. I mean, I still play this game current day. I actually play this game every single day over on my live stream. And if you guys want to check out my live streams, I do that every single day at around 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern time over on my Twitch channel. I pretty much live stream Battlefield 4 on the daily, either Battlefield 4 or Battlefield Hardline. Sometimes I dabble back on Black Ops Cold War, but that's on a very rare occasion. Mostly Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Hardline. But it amazes me how good this game is current day. The graphics, the animations, the gunplay, compared to current day shooters like games like Battlefield 5 or Black Ops Cold War, Modern Warfare. Battlefield 4 still holds up perfectly compared to a lot of games that, over time, you could definitely tell the age of certain titles. This game right here, Battlefield 4, you can't tell any age. Honestly, if EA DICE decided to put this game out and just change the name and advertise it as a brand new title, but it was literally just the old school version, the original version of Battlefield 4, I guarantee they could actually trick a couple of people because it's that good of a game. I mean, it's not going to trick everybody, obviously. People can tell that it's an older title, but it is just phenomenal how it looks, performs, and how many people still play it currently in 2021. On top of that, the game is modern day as well, and as we all know, modern day games sell. Just look at Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 and obviously Battlefield 4 right here, and I'm not going to lie, games like Battlefield 1, phenomenal. I love Battlefield 1 just because simply they were able to make a World War I game, very arcadey, fast-paced, and exciting. I enjoy the hell out of it. But at the end of the day, the mass majority of the people out there aren't going to really care for an old-school title. They want modern-day games, and this game produces it. And the best part about having a modern-day game or a little near future in some of the maps and stuff like that is the creativity you're allowed to have. You don't have to stick to history. You don't have to stick to certain, areas of the world. You can go anywhere you want in a modern day game because the creators or the developers of the game, this is their story. This isn't real life. This isn't any historical event unless they design a historically correct, modern day game. But this is just Battlefield 4 with, made up storylines, and they can go wherever they want. You have maps in the deserts, on ice, on islands, and cities. It's just absurd where you go. The variety is perfect. And not only is there tons of variety in this game, but they also were able to balance out the maps nearly perfectly. I will say there are some maps here and there that aren't the best out there, but the mass majority of these maps, unlike some other Battlefield games, were all perfection. I could pretty much hop on any map in Battlefield 4 and have a semi-good experience because they cater to everybody. If you like to ride around in tanks all the time, these maps can cater for you. At least the mass majority. If you like running around in helicopters, these maps can cater for you. They have a great selection of jet maps, and also if you just want to play infantry, you could pretty much do that on every single map in the game without any hesitation. That is what, honestly, my personal opinion, makes a fantastic Battlefield game. You want to make sure that infantry gameplay is focused upon, because yes, vehicles are a nice addition in the Battlefield, but at the end of the day, in order to, capture the objectives, play with your squad in a proper way to win the game, it's really nice to have a bunch of infantry players. You can't have everybody in a tank. So at the end of the day, they need to make sure infantry gameplay is fun because, especially in Battlefield 2042, 120 plus players, there's going to be a lot of infantry on the ground. If you can't design maps around that type of gameplay and you only focus on tanks, players are going to be pissed off. It's not going to be good. But Battlefield 4 perfectly balanced it all to the point where everybody's happy. Helicopter players are happy, jet players are happy, tank players are happy, infantry players are happy. It's a game for everybody. Also, along with tons of map variety, comes a lot of weapon variety as well. You probably noticed from the gameplay, every single clip is a brand new weapon. In Call of Duty, you can't really do that. That's probably one of the biggest things I complain about 24/7, is that even the pro players, when they hop into a pub match, they still use the sweaty CDL class setups. It's insane. I don't know what's wrong with people and the Call of Duty community, where it's 10, 20, 30 plus weapons that they can all dish through that are actually good, and they don't touch any of them besides the meta. It's just obnoxious. And yes, you do see some meta in Battlefield every once in a while, but the majority of the time in Battlefield 4, there's a nice variety across the board. Pretty much every single gun in this game is viable, even the base versions. All you need is a red dot, and you're pretty much good to go. And even some of the guns have good iron sights, so you don't even need anything extra. I will say the grind is a little lengthy to actually rank up some of these weapons, but at the end of the day, there is so many weapons to play through that if you bought Battlefield 4 right now, which it's been pretty cheap lately and it's very populated, especially with the hype from Battlefield 2042, if you guys are looking for a brand new game to play, I highly suggest getting Battlefield 4. But with all the content that's in this game, including the maps and all the weapon variety in this game, I would say Battlefield 4 would easily last you up to the launch of Battlefield 2042, which is what, I think in October? Easily, man. I mean, this game has so much content, you'll be spending weeks, probably months, if you don't play every single day, obviously. If you put in like 6, 7, 8 hours a day, a lot of game time, unnecessary game time, then yeah, baby, you will go ahead and unlock all the attachments on the guns and stuff like that easily. But if you are just an average gamer, you have work, class, whatever you got to do in life, a family to take care of. I know a lot of you guys are busy people. Grinding through all the weapons and trying to unlock everything in this game is going to take you some time, and it'll give you something to do. It'll give you something to accomplish and keep your mind on something. But variety is key to a lot of FPS games, and to see a game, especially like Battlefield, have all these weapons, all these attachments, all these vehicles, all these maps, and every single one of those things are pretty much playable, is what makes Battlefield 4 stand out from the rest of the crowd. You see, other games try to mimic this formula. Other games try to go out and put tons of content in their game, but it runs into the same problem, just like Call of Duty. You put all this stuff in the game, people are still just going to be using one weapon at the end of the day. Nobody's going to enjoy the experience. But Battlefield 4 is like one of the only games I can think of that can have multiple variations of tanks and AAs and, all these different other boats, for Christ's sakes, and helicopters, jets, along with all these weapons between LMGs, SMGs, ARs, sniper rifles, shotguns, carbines, and pretty much all across the board. They're all useful, they're all fun, and no matter what, you will have a decent experience out of each and everything in this title. It's insane. This game is so good that even after all these years later, I would still suggest you guys getting the premium edition of this title, just so you can get all the DLC maps, Don't even bother just getting the base version. Yes, the base version of the game is fantastic, but especially if you're on PC, you can literally get the premium edition of this game for like $10. Just go on G2A.com, no ads or anything. I'm not blaming Truth, I didn't luck out with the G2A code, baby. But seriously, G2A is a great site to get some of these old school games for very cheap, because the publishers like to overprice all their titles. Just look at Call of Duty. Black Ops 2 is almost like $60 in the year of 2020, 2021 as well. It's stupid. So if you're on PC, get premium. $10, get all the maps, get the full game. It's fantastic. But all around, I gotta say, guys, Battlefield 4 has to be one of my favorite FPS games ever designed. And I'm really hoping that Battlefield 2042 will be my next favorite FPS game, because Battlefield 4 is really hard to live up to. And even if Battlefield 2042 completely flops, I guarantee people will still come back to this game with how good it is. Shoot, even if Battlefield 2042 is a massive success, I guarantee people will still revisit this game just because it's Battlefield 4 and it's completely goated. But guys, do me a massive favor and go down into the comment section and leave your opinions about Battlefield 4 below. Do you guys still play this game current day? Did you guys give up on this game? Do you think it's a good game? Do you think it's a bad game? Like I said, personally, definitely top tier title. Might even be one of my favorite Battlefield games ever made. It might be the best Battlefield game ever made for me personally, especially since, I didn't come in from the early days. I feel like a lot of people love Bad Company too, but I did not really get to experience that game too much in its prime. So I gotta say, Battlefield 4, completely goated. But guys, thanks so much for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like. Bombs that hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, if you want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so: Twitter and Discord. Both those links are down in the description. And last but not least, if you want to catch me live streams of video games, I do that over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you all on the next one. Peace out.